Hey everybody, welcome to Movie Mavens, home of the Spicy Double Feature. I'm Carson Green.
And I'm Annie Janes. This week's Spicy Dub is The Watchers and Marie Antoinette.
Spicy Double Feature.
Spicy. What makes this dub spicy?
Well, it was made by two Nepo babies. We've got Ishana Night Shyamalan and Sophia Coppola in the building. And if I'm being so honest, they are both certified rotten.
Yikes. You know, after we agreed on Marie Antoinette, I was like, oh, we should have done Virgin Suicides, which was Sophia Coppola's directorial debut, because this was Shyamalan's directorial debut.
Well,
but
it's all good.
You live, you learn. All right, well, before we jump in, dear listener, I have an announcement to make. We, the Movie Mavens, are on TikTok. Go follow us on TikTok. If you want quick little recaps, we're going to be posting some diary-esque content over on our TikTok. It's Movie Mavens Pod. That's the announcement. Are you ready?
I'm so ready. Let's get into The Watchers.
How long have you been here?
I don't know.
You've never seen one.
No one sees one and survives.
They have come to our world for a reason.
I'm not supposed to be here, and I'm not staying here.
They allow us to live because we follow their rules. You have broken too many.
Okay, Annie, please hit me with some facts.
All right, this movie came out June 7th, 2024. It is starring our girl, Dakota Fanning, and it has a 32% on Rotten Tomatoes. Here is the description from IMDb. A young artist gets stranded in an extensive, immaculate forest in Western Ireland, where, after finding shelter, she becomes trapped alongside three strangers, stalked by mysterious creatures each night. All right. Well, I'll start this time. Hell.
Okay.
This felt very Shyamalan to me.
Yeah.
Before I even get into that, I just have to say, she was a fairy. Anyways, this felt pretty Shyamalan to me in that there's this like weird, place that the movie is taking place in. And there are a handful of characters, and they have to like stand in a line at a window and be still. And there's like several rules to follow. Mm-hmm. All of that felt pretty Shyamalan to me. And I guess there's kind of a twist, although I felt like it was extremely predictable and not that huge of a twist as far as Shyamalan stuff goes. But my biggest gripe, I think, at least one of them with this film, is that despite all of those rules, which I love a rule, movies need rules, and especially a movie like this, they are broken constantly, and there are seemingly no consequences for breaking them.
Yeah, true.
Essentially, Dakota Fanning, I keep wanting to say Johnson because we just talked about her. She gets lost in the woods. She finds this creepy old house, and there's three people in it, and they're like, yo, we've been here for months, because if we leave, we will get eaten by what we call the Watchers. Mm-hmm. And they're just monsters in the forest. And there are these rules to follow so you don't die. It's like get in the house before the sun goes down. When you're in the house and they're coming to look at you, you can't turn your back to them. Although that happens. And there's literally no consequence to it.
Yeah, many times that happens.
Why even bring it up?
Yeah.
This is a bad movie. But because of this, like, interesting setting, interesting monster, I got through it okay. I don't think I recommend it. In fact, this is what I recommend. The movie called The Ritual, which we've done a double feature on, that is, like, the best version of this, like, haunted main character gets stuck in the woods and it's scary. That movie, I think about all the time.
Me too.
What did you think of this?
I, number one, am here for the Dakota Fanning renaissance.
Same. That's what got me here. That's what got me to The Watchers. And I love her.
Honestly, same. I really love her too. And, the nepotism of it all, there's something to be said about every Shyamalan movie. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, we could have even double featured The Village, because that's like these people basically trapped in the woods with a weird monster.
True.
Anyway.
True. We didn't know, though, at the time.
We didn't know. So I really love Dakota Fanning. I loved seeing her on screen. I could tell that, like, she was really trying. Like her father before her, this Shyamalan failed to give us a really concrete backstory. We weren't really fully immersed with these characters. We didn't really fully know exactly what was going on with these characters, where they were at in their lives, sort of thing. We kind of get like a half-baked story about Dakota Fanning's mom. It doesn't quite explain what she's doing in Ireland as an American.
That was never addressed.
Never addressed. But with all of these kind of loose ends and these broken rules, I gotta say, I just love an original story. And, you know, I've never seen Skinwalkers as an audience. I've never seen that.
Meaning the Skinwalkers are the audience to humans.
Yes.
Right.
Exactly. I've never seen that.
I mean, I loved this weird house. Like, that's what I was really into, personally. Yeah.
No, me too. I mean, it was a fine watch. At no point was I like, oh my God, I can't wait for this to be over. But also at no point was I like, oh my God, this is genius.
No, I definitely never thought that.
But I am excited to see more from the new generation of Shyamalan. As consistently mediocre as Shyamalan movies are, they're really like fun watches. Like I had a really good time watching Old, The Beach That Makes You Old.
Even though it's dumb, you still have fun, right?
You still have fun, yeah. And I think like there's this very playful element in horror that a lot of people are afraid to kind of move into, and I have to admire both Shyamalans for doing that. And I think as a directorial debut, like, this is fine. There was no like huge issues, I thought, with like the movie itself. Like, I think it's just fine. I don't think it deserves a certified rotten. I would say it's like extremely middle of the road.
You know that movie Barbarian that we also reviewed? Like, that to me is such a better version of this.
Yeah.
The nepotism bums me out a bit, because it's like anyone could have made this.
Yeah.
Quite frankly. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking about Barbarian because the actress from Barbarian was in this, so I couldn't help but remember it.
Is that Mother?
No, that was the other woman in the house.
Oh, yes.
So,
okay.
And I also wanted to shout out the man in the house, this actor, Oliver Finnegan. I thought that he was really good, and he really commanded my attention on screen. Did you feel that way?
No.
Okay, well. Well, I liked him all right. He was giving me like freaky little Barry Keoghan vibes.
Okay. Ooh, love that. No, I didn't really notice him, to be honest. I thought his character was kind of annoying.
It was. Okay, well, let's jump into more spoiler stuff. The monsters themselves.
Yes.
I was kind of disappointed in that, like, they were very hidden, and I feel like I never actually got a great or spooky look at them. Did you feel that way?
Yes, but I did like the couple of looks that we did get. Like, I liked when Dakota Fanning went into the whole cave, and we got a hand that had like 8 fingers on it.
It was like glowing or something.
Yeah, I was like, what is that? What is going on? This is very interesting. And then we get a look at them from behind in the dark, kind of like a silhouette shot, and they're just like these tall, gangly, scary, creepy, weirdo looking things. And there's like 10 of them. Like, that's kind of menacing.
Kind of menacing. That's a good way to sum up the overall experience. I don't think I was ever that scared.
No, me neither, unfortunately.
It is a PG-13 horror film, and that is such a distinction in the genre.
Yeah, it truly is. Mm-hmm.
Nothing wrong with that either, but you know kind of what level of scary you're getting into.
Yeah, I agree. It also like extremely has to do with the quality as well. Like, people who are making like world-class, extremely like you're gonna be up at night scary movies. I'm thinking a la Hereditary. I'm thinking The Witch. Like, those are R-rated movies because they push the envelope, and you're getting blood, you're getting like gore, you're getting just like the most unspeakable visuals that you could ever think of. And you can't put those types of things in a PG-13 movie. You can't have blood at all. You can't even say the F word.
More than once. You could say it once.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. And like those R-rated horror films that you're giving are, I don't know, they're using the genre as part of the art. They're like, what is something new we can show that's scary? And with PG-13, you are way more limited. But that's where you get these fun, kooky, Shyamalan-esque concepts. And I love the concepts. I love what the fuck is this perfect concrete big glass window thing doing here?
Yeah.
I was going to say it didn't stick the landing, but I don't even think it stuck the jump or the takeoff or the run before. So
no.
What did you think of like when they went underground? That part kind of pissed me off.
It pissed you off?
Because if I was stuck in a like 10 by 10 room for months, I would have known every fucking centimeter of that room out of sheer boredom. So to tell me that they didn't pull the rug up and realize there was a trap door, I thought was a little unbelievable.
Yeah, I have to agree. It was fun though once we got underground.
Yes, because it was like, ooh, exciting. It was new. It was like, where's this going?
Yeah.
That was exciting. It just is like, it's really asking you to suspend the disbelief on that.
Yeah. And then too, it's kind of like spoon feeding you this exposition with the videos, and
that was also very Shyamalan-y to me, just like watching a video as an explanation that the characters come across.
Yeah.
The effect of like these fairies, so slowly over the course of the film, we stop calling them watchers and we start calling them fairies, which is like a part of Irish folklore. They can like take the appearance of a person. That I think could have been played with like more. And then it got me thinking, like, my rewrite is what I don't know. Maybe this is like not very well thought out because I didn't think this movie deserved being thought about that much. But part of me thinks it might have been cooler if like the older woman who ends up being a fairy or part fairy, like if she wasn't that the whole time, but instead like gets replaced.
Yeah. Oh, like the one I love with Elizabeth Moss and Mark Duplass. Have you seen that movie?
No, I haven't, but
Oop,
yes.
Spoiler.
Oop. But yeah, like where, Dakota Fanning like suspects her early on, which a little weird. But I think it would have been more interesting to watch if like, I don't know, if someone got replaced. That's a power they can do, and it was kind of underutilized.
Yeah, and you know what? We also get a false duplicate in Dakota Fanning has a twin sister.
Right.
What was the point of that?
Why not just be a sister?
Right. But like the fact that it was a twin, like I would have loved for her to show up.
Yes. Okay. I'm ready to score this, bitch.
Okay, go on.
I will give it a 4 out of 10.
Yeah, me too.
Woo. All right. Movie Mavens score 4 out of 10. We don't recommend The Watchers.
No.
No. Let's talk about Marie Antoinette.
You represent the future. All eyes will be on you.
She looks like a child. So, I've heard you make keys as a hobby?
Yes.
It'll be interesting to see how long she lasts.
What on earth is going on with that young couple?
It's a disaster.
This is ridiculous.
This, madame, is Versailles.
Okay, I'm ready. Please, Annie, hit me with some facts.
All right, this movie came out in 2006. That's kind of crazy. It was written and directed by Sophia Coppola. It was starring Kristen Dunst, Jason Schwartzman, to my surprise, Steve Coogan, Molly Shannon, and many more. It has a 57% on Rotten Tomatoes. Here's the description from IMDb. The retelling of France's iconic but ill-fated queen, Marie Antoinette, from her betrothal and marriage to Louis the 16th at 14, to her reign as queen at 19, and to the end of her reign as queen, and ultimately the fall of Versailles. Wow, that was a poorly written description in my opinion.
Yeah.
This was my first time seeing it, but I know you've seen this before, but I don't really know how you feel about it. I'd love to know.
Okay, so I really, really admire Sophia Coppola. I'll say that up front. And I really admire her take on this historical moment. So, in a lot of historical films, we're getting like date cards. We're getting like exact names, places. We're getting like little captions that tell you what's going on, a little backstory. We're getting all these like hidden secret conversations to kind of clue you in on all of this history. And Sophia Coppola took the story of Marie Antoinette and she was like, I want to just show what this woman's life looked like.
Not about the history.
Exactly. I didn't feel like I was watching a historical film or like a retelling of some historical event. I feel like I was just watching a woman's story. And it really, like, as I was watching it, I kept thinking about Priscilla.
Totally.
Where she did this same thing with Priscilla. She was like, I'm not interested in telling the story of Elvis's wife. I'm interested in telling the story of Priscilla Presley. I just kind of got the same vibe. And for that, like, I really, really admire this movie. I'm curious, like, what the criticism is here, if it does have to do with, like, the historical context of it all. And, like, maybe there's a glorification of wealth, but also it's like, that's what the story was. What did you think?
I have mixed feelings. I also like and respect Sophia Coppola. You know, there are so few women directors out there.
Yep.
Especially way back then when she's really got going in the early 2000s and before. Like, that was not, there's just not many. So I think, hell yeah, girl, use that Nepo shit. And I do think she is a director that has things to say. So I do respect this woman. I was really excited to see this because I hadn't, and I love Kirsten Dunst. So from the opening shot, I was like, uh-oh, I'm obsessed.
This is my new personality, I fear.
Yep. Uh-oh. Because that first shot is so fucking good. It's just like a portrait of Marie Antoinette getting like a fucking pedicure. She's eating cake. Everything is like baby blue with pink cakes and pink florals. There's a extreme color palette, and it's really well composed, the shot. So I was like, this is great. And there were several other shots that got me like that. Whether it's like the wide shot of the castle with all the carriages walking in front to like some modern music. Moments like that, I was like, I love it. What a vision. But honestly, I had the biggest thing that like kept me from really, really loving this film is that I thought it was like a little repetitive in how inactive Marie is, first name basis. Like there's just so much like, hey, you need to do blah. And she's like, okay. And then like just lives her life and doesn't do what she needs to do. And that kind of just happens over and over and over again, to the point where I didn't really understand why she was like doing what she was doing. I kind of had a hard time getting into her head and understanding why she wasn't doing anything, basically. And there was like a lot of moments, like you said, this is kind of just about like being with her as a person.
Yeah.
And there's some like key moments where, you know, Sophia Coppola can make a moment out of anything, like coming home from a party in a carriage. It's like a whole scene, but the scene is just different shots of her in the carriage to music. And like, I just would have preferred like actually getting to know Marie there, like having a character moment where she's active and making decisions, and based on those decisions I'm understanding who she is as a person. The same can be said for her husband, honestly, Jason Schwartzman. Like I didn't really understand him either, so that was the hardest thing for me. But I still think that this movie really, I don't know, it is a very interesting take on this like historic moment, and I love that for it because it's pretty original.
I think that Marie is our villain. She is our anti-hero. And I think we see that, we get that. Like, obviously it's very beautiful. And she's like drop dead gorgeous. And we're seeing her shopping. We're seeing her wear all these really pretty dresses. And we're not seeing her be nasty or like rude to anyone, or
she's pretty empathetic as far as everyone else goes. She like, I think she really cares about people.
I think so too. However, like you said, we see her being told to do things over and over again, and her not taking action. And I think that in and of itself is the action. Like,
right.
She knew that people were starving, that the French people were starving, that there was like widespread poverty, but she didn't understand what poverty was. She could not comprehend what starvation was.
To me, I never thought she knew. Like, I think there was one scene where someone brought it up and then she's like, huh, what? Like, to me, it felt more like she was just kept in the dark. But what you're saying is also ringing true to me, of like, even if she knew, she wouldn't understand.
Yeah. And also, like, she wouldn't do anything, much like the issue with her husband. Like, that's a fixable problem. Like, they would not consummate their marriage. He was like this man-child who, like, couldn't have sex with his wife for the longest time. That's a fixable problem. There are so many fixes to that, and she did not act. And I think that was the action. Like, so many people were in her ear, fuck your husband, please, for the sake of the crown, fuck your husband. And she just, like, wouldn't.
And I guess I just didn't understand why. Other than, I know he's like a man-child, but at a certain point, I was like, why isn't she active in this?
Yeah.
And I couldn't get a read. Like, I kind of think maybe she also had some Arrested Development, but I don't know. I wish that was a little more explored or something.
Yeah.
But I do have to shout out this moment where she is walking through her palace, and she's really upset. I don't even remember why, but she's like rushing through, and people are like, hey, what's up? And she doesn't stop until she gets into like the bathroom, closes the door behind her, and instantly busts into tears.
Yeah.
And those are the kind of like female moments that Sophia Coppola just really nails. And
yeah,
I really love it. Really brings the humanity to this historic figure.
Yeah. I know what moment you're talking about. It was when her sister-in-law had a baby before she did. And she told her husband, this will humiliate me if this happens. If she has a baby before I do, that will humiliate me. And he knew that.
Yeah.
And still, and it did. It humiliated her. It hurt her feelings.
To me, it was just more like the small moment of like having to run somewhere and holding in a cry until you can let it go.
Yeah. Yeah. No, yeah. And then there was another moment too where she asked the tailor, she was like, can you make me plain dresses that I can wear in the garden? And that's like our version of like loungewear.
Yeah, right.
And I liked that moment too. She was getting more comfortable. She wanted to settle in. She wanted to be outside with her daughter. She wanted to play a fairy. I like that.
She was a fairy.
She was a fairy. I do want to touch on the music.
Yes, me too. What do you got to say?
Listen, Sophia Coppola, world-class soundtrack maker.
She's good. And some of the music lent to those shots that made me obsessed.
Yes. Go on.
Shout out the Aphex Twin song in there.
Yeah. The Cure.
Love. What I didn't love was when there was a party and she used modern music diegetically. Diegetically means like, it's like a film term. When there is music coming from the scene, like there's a speaker in the scene and everyone's hearing it, that's diegetic. Versus not is the audience is hearing it, but the people in the movie aren't. And I was like, okay, that's a little too far for me, as if these people in this gala are hearing The Cure or whatever the song was. That was the only time it didn't work. Otherwise, I love it. I love the bold choice.
Yeah. No, I think I liked that about it. I think it like that was a way maybe to relate to or make this movie more appealing to a younger audience rather than listening to opera over and over again or you know, like someone playing the harp.
Totally. And yeah, I totally get it. I just think it didn't work for me, that one part.
Yeah.
But loved all the choices of music.
I also just the guy that she had an affair with. Okay, Jason Schwartzman is he's super hot. He's like a hot person. They made him so ugly and unappealing in this movie. It was so insane. What did you do to poor Jason?
I agree. I mean, this was a while ago and it was like a good choice for casting.
Yeah.
Also, did you notice Tom Hardy showing up?
Yes. Oh my God. Also, it's just so hunky.
Very.
But I loved the guy that was it Jace or Jamie Dornan?
Yes.
Dornan?
The 50 Shades of Grey guy.
Yeah, okay, I love him. I didn't recognize him. He looks so young, but I loved like when Marie got like a breath of like, holy shit, this guy's really hot. I did too. I was like, go for it, babe. Do it, girl. Your husband is a dud.
Yeah. This is your right as queen.
Yes. No, I loved that. It was, this movie is interesting. I don't think it deserves the hate that it gets. I'm glad that a woman's story was told by a woman.
Yeah, it definitely doesn't deserve all the hate. Okay, the ending, real quick, let's touch on that.
Yeah.
The French protesters mob break in to their property and King Louis and Marie have the chance to leave, but they decide to stay, and that is such a huge decision. And again, I don't understand why they made that decision. I wish I did, but I don't. So that kind of bummed me out.
I think it was pride, probably.
I suppose so. I just like whatever it was, like I should have understood by the time we get to the end of the movie. I should have been like, and that's why they fucking decided to essentially die, or maybe or it should have been they were so naive. You know, either way, they should have been like, it's fine, we'll just talk to them. Whatever it was. I just didn't fully, it wasn't well realized to me. And that's a bummer.
Yeah. But I don't think that was the goal of the film. I hear what you're saying, but I don't think that was the story that was being told.
I mean, it's the end of the film. It's like the resolution.
Yeah.
And I should know why characters make a decision that big.
True.
Whether it's the point or not, it is what that character is doing. And I want to know why. Or I should understand why.
Yeah. I think it was pride. Maybe even like sacking up a little bit. Like, I know I'm the king. God damn it. They're not going to push me out of my massive palace.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And maybe you're right. Maybe there was some naivety. But ultimately, I'm glad that they decided to stay, and I am glad that the French Revolution happened and that they ultimately both died.
Yes, off with their heads.
Uh-huh. Yeah, love that. I did like the closing moment, the very final moment of the movie where she says that she's saying goodbye. I liked that. I love that. Yeah, that felt like closure. Yeah, that was great. And I like that we don't like see where it goes from there. Yeah. But everyone probably knows. I think. Yeah. What would you give it out of 10? Honestly, a 7. I'll watch this again. I'm gonna give it a 6. Yeah. All right, 6.5 out of 10. Movie Maven score. This is a recommend though for me, despite the 6. Yeah, me too. Yeah, same. I think it's an important story and it's an interesting take, and I just love women telling women's stories. Like, I'm all about it. And I think visually it is I don't know if I want to say ahead of its time, but for 2006, I'm just proud of it. Me too. Oh, I wanted to make this comparison too to Priscilla. Just all of the very close-up shots of all of the pretty things. Yes. Like, we get very close-up shots of shoes and cakes and flowers and feathers and drinks and tea and teacups. We get very close-up shots of that, and she did the same thing in Priscilla. Yep. I love that. It. Me too. All right, well, that's our show. Follow us on TikTok at Movie Mavens Pod. Follow us on Instagram at Movie Mavens. That's it. Movie Mavens all the way out.